In this video, I'm going to be talking about what to look for in a new camera. If you're looking to purchase an SLR, you might have a point and shoot that you've had for a long time, and you want to make that jump to the SLR world. Then you should. I mean, it's crazy the things an SLR can do. Even the basic cheap SLRs, they can pretty much do a lot. I mean, I have friends that use cameras that are like 4 years old, and they make use out of them really well. But a lot of people come up to me and ask me what kind of camera they should get in purchasing an SLR. Well, first you have to go through which brand you want to get. A lot of people ask me which is better, Nikon or Canon, Sony, Pentax, Lumix, Samsung. I mean, there's a lot of different brands. Basically, all that it comes down to is the functionality of the camera and user preference. It is your job to go to a camera store or electronics store and use the cameras and find one that you wouldn't mind using. And when you use a camera, you'd want a camera that has an easy menu to navigate through, that it's easy to access all the settings from a dedicated button. So that's basically what it comes down to. There is no better camera. There's no better Nikon. There's no better brand. There is no better Nikon. There's no better Canon. There's no better Samsung. There's no better Sony. I'm biased towards Canon because that is my first camera and is actually what I'm shooting on right now. I have a Canon T1i, and that is an excellent entry-level DSLR. Other good entry-level DSLRs would be the Nikon D3000, the Nikon D5000, or if you're going towards the Canon side, then good entry-level cameras would be the Rebel XS, XSI, T1i, T2i, and those are probably the better entry-level cameras. I would recommend a T1i because that's what I'm shooting with, and it's great. This is my first SLR. I learned with it. I learned everything I know on it. But I've been satisfied with Canon, so I'm sticking with it. Just keep those cameras in mind when you're browsing through which ones you want to get. And also be sure to use them beforehand. Don't just go in a store and just buy it. Make sure you use it and you're comfortable with it. A most common misconception about cameras is the higher the megapixels, the better the image quality. And that is not the case at all. Sure, the higher the megapixels, the more pixels there will be in the image, so it will be that much more detailed, but megapixels only really matter if you're doing any printing. So if you're going to blow up an image to super high size, then megapixels would matter in your choice. So also keep that in mind. If you see a variety of megapixels in the cameras you're looking at, the higher one's not always the better. So go for the one that has better functionality, better features, and forget all the megapixel stuff. And I'm finally going to talk about the lenses. When you get a camera, you're most likely going to get the kit lens with it. The kit lens is the stock lens that comes with the camera. It's the very basic lens you can get, the 18 to 55 pretty much. That's 18 millimeters to 55 millimeters. And to keep in mind, when you're buying a camera, the lens is more important than the camera. You could have a crappy camera and a really nice lens and produce some fantastic images. So that's definitely something you should also keep in mind. You could go for a lower end camera and invest in a higher quality lens, such as a 17 to 55 2.8. I will talk more about lenses and aperture and all this other stuff in upcoming videos, so don't worry about that. So yeah, the lens is a much more impactful decision than the camera. So basically what it comes down to is that the brand doesn't matter. Find the camera that works for you. Go in a store and experiment with cameras and navigate through their menus and see how you like it. Higher megapixels do not always mean a better camera. Don't sacrifice a higher megapixel count for functionality and features. Find a camera that has the better features and better functionality, and invest more in better quality lenses. The standard kit lens isn't the best quality, so keep that in mind when you're purchasing a camera, to maybe invest in a lens with a wider aperture, and I'll be going over that in another video. Don't always buy the highest price camera and expect it to be vastly better than the camera that came before. So I just wanted to throw this out to you if you're into looking to buy a new camera, a new SLR. Just keep those things in mind and you should be good. And also, if you have any questions, just feel free to ask. And so there's my spiel, and later.